Get started. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Kunja Bihari Girivaradhari Jai Vijana Girivaradhari Yashoda Punjabi Hari Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Thank you. Let's get started with Mangalacharan. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshusmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamaya Dadati Swavadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Tam Tadiva Sarvaitam Savadutam Varijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhavutamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachari Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshitarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much once again, dear devotees. We will begin our study from Srimad Bhagavatam. So we currently study from Canto 1, chapter number 7. So let us begin that study. All right. So yes, last time we finished the shloka number 42. Yeah, today is 43. Because 42 is where we saw the Draupadi's qualities of Srimati Draupadi Devi. So we begin with 43. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 So verse number 43. Here the various so these are the arguments by Srimati Draupadi Devi, saying that why Ashwasthama should not be killed, right? Let's see. So there are very wonderful arguments that she is putting forward. And there is a lot of lessons to learn from this entire conversation. Whenever we see a conversation, we should understand there is something to learn from it, because there is an interaction. Whenever two people are interacting, there is something to learn from, right? So let us read this verse. Uvacha chasahamti asya bandhana nayanam sati Uchyantam uchyatamesha Brahmano nitaram guru. Can you read fast? Oh, yes. Hare Krishna.
She could not tolerate Aswasthama's being born by ropes and being a devoted lady. She said, release him, for he is a Brahmana, our spiritual master.
Here, Prabhupada is saying in the purport, Prabhupada is saying that as soon as Aswasthama was brought before Draupadi, she thought it intolerable that a Brahman should be arrested like a culprit and brought before her in that condition, especially when the Brahmana happens to be teacher's son. Now look at her compassion and respect for a Brahman. Immediately, she lost the son, the murderer is in front of her, but she's saying, oh, he's a Brahman. And moreover, he is a son of spiritual master. That means he cannot be bound like that. Release him immediately. So can we understand that? Hare Krishna. We can understand the condition, how Draupadi Devi is thinking, despite so much lamentation that's going on for herself. She is in so much grief, isn't it? If you lose some near one, dear one, we cannot think of anything. But here she is saying, release him, release him. This is so astonishing. So this shows the quality of Draupadi Devi that we saw in the previous verses. Okay, so here further, Arjuna arrested Ashwatthama, knowing perfectly well that he was the son of Dronacharya. Krishna also knew him to be so, but both of them condemned the murderer without consideration of his being the son of Brahman. According to revealed scriptures, a teacher or spiritual master is liable to be rejected if he proves himself unworthy of the position of a guru or a spiritual master. The spiritual master can be rejected, if he is not worthy of that position. But here, Draupadi is seeing that he is not worthy because he killed, right? He is not a true Brahman. Krishna is rejecting, Arjuna is saying we have to kill him, but still Draupadi is saying no, we have to release him. This we cannot understand. This is very difficult to understand this kind of situation. Release him. A guru is called also an acharya, or a person who has personally assimilated all the essence of Shastras and has helped his disciple to adopt the ways. Ashwatthama failed to discharge the duties of a Brahmana or a teacher, and therefore he was liable to be rejected from the exalted position of a Brahman. That is, here Prabhupada is defending that whatever Krishna is saying a rejection is also true, that he should be rejected. Look at the the way Prabhupada is trying to see from both angles, right? So this is how whenever there is an argument or something, we should see from both the sides. Many times we take side of which is favorable to us. Right? That's how it is. Where is my benefit? That's where we side to, right? And but Prabhupada is giving very nice assimilation here. On this consideration, both Lord Sri Krishna and Arjuna were right in condemning Ashwatthama. But to be a good lady like Draupadi, the matter was considered not from the angle of Shastric vision, but as a matter of custom. So what is the custom? A Brahman should be respected, Guru should be respected. That's a custom. No technical details. She is not going behind whether the Guru is worthy, unworthy, nothing of that.
No logic.
No logic. Exactly. You're on the right word. So last time we were discussing the qualities of woman and a man, right? Woman will think from the heart. The man will apply logic. Okay, I should go here, there. What should be the right thing? All those things. Logic will be applied. Woman does not think like that. They have a different heart. And that's why they are able to love more. Because we see benefits. The man will see benefits. Where will I get benefits? The mother, as a woman, they will not see this. They will just love. By custom, Ashwatthama was offered the same respect as offered to his father. It was so because generally the people accept the son of Brahman as the real Brahman by sentiment only. Factually, the matter is different. A Brahman is accepted on the merit of qualification and not on the merit of simply being the son of Brahman. So Prabhupada is further taking both the sides. Say, okay, he is immediately one cannot be qualified. Like we took an example of judge. A son of judge, high court judge is not a judge by himself. He has to go to law college, study, take the degree, and then he will be judge. But in spite of all this, Draupadi desired that Ashwatthama be at once released, and it was all the same a good sentiment for her. This means that a devotee of the Lord can tolerate all sorts of tribulations personally, but still such devotee are never unkind to others, even to the enemy. This is a great quality of a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava will not think ill of even an enemy. They will think, "Arey, he is such a fallen soul. What to do? Krishna, please help him." They will think like that. This is the quality of Vaishnava. That they are very tolerant. Tolerant than the tree and the blade of grass. Trinadapi Surichena, Tarudapi Saishna. Amanina Maranjana Kirtaniya Sudhari. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told that we should be tolerant than the blade of grass. We should be humble than the blade of grass, we should be tolerant than the tree. And we should even respect people who don't respect us. Amanina Maranjana. If he one who does this, Kirtaniya Sudhari, he is always happy. So this is a formula if you want to be happy. In every condition, we should not see anything bad. But we become immediately judgmental, right? When we see something else, and we become advocate when people tell something to us. So we try to defend. No, Prabhu, no, this was not like that. I was thinking this. And we are very easy to judge others. Oh, you did this, like that. So this is how our condition is. These are the characteristics of one who is pure devotee of the Lord. This is the characteristic. So we have to try and become like this. So let's go to next verse number 44. So here further another point which is Draupadi Devi is looking. She is saying Nyayam, justice, because Dronacharya, whatever skill Arjun and all the Pandavas had, who they learned from? Dronacharya. You see, you learn from them. Because of them, you are fighting and you won this war. So how can you? You know, that's an argument which is coming. So let us read this verse. Sarhasyo dhanurvedaha savisargo apasansayam astra gramascha bhavata shikshito yat anugrahat. Can you read?
Translation. It was by Dronacharya's mercy that you learned the military art of throwing arrows and the confidential art of controlling the troops.
Here, Prabhupada elaborates further in the purport. Dhanurveda, or military science, was taught by Dronacharya with all its confidential secrets of throwing and controlling by Vedic hymns. So in the earlier days, you could just invoke through mantra, you can shoot an arrow. So they were very subtle at that time. Now it is very gross. Like you have to GPS location and so many things will come and then you shoot and then also it may not be accurate. Right? So many, but at that time it was not like that. That time you could even shoot just by hearing a sound. And you can hit and then the object will be killed. Like we saw in case of Dasrat Maharaj, right? Who shot an arrow just by thinking there is an animal drinking water and it went to Shravan Kumar. But that was a power. I mean, they had that knowledge. But today's military is very, really, very gross. At that time, it was not like that. Very subtle. You could just invoke a weapon, thus chanting a mantra. So that was a power. Gross military science is dependent on material weapons, but finer than that is the art of throwing the arrows saturated with Vedic hymns, which act more effectively than gross material weapons like machine guns or atomic bombs. The control is by Vedic mantras or the transcendental science of sound. It is said that, yeah, here it is saying. So here, even the arrows are like that, the weapons that you could shoot by mantra, and suppose if the half you want to call it back, no, it's a mistake, please bring it back. They can even call it back. Like, Brahmastra was called back. Like Ashwasthama did not know that he can call back Brahmastra. He only knew half initiation, but not retrieval. Arjun knew both. He can retrieve also. So as skillful you go, you can develop this kind of knowledge. So he says, you have all this knowledge from Dronacharya. See, her arguments are very, very, she's telling this, how she's justifying all her arguments, right? Similarly, when we are in the situation, we should also give points. That this is what it is. This is what, just telling the right thing. It is said in the Ramayana that Maharaj Dasharath, the father of Lord Sri Ram, used to control arrow by sound only. He could pierce his target with his arrow by only hearing the sound without seeing the object. So this is just what talked about. So this is a finer military science than that of the gross material military weapons used nowadays. Arjun was taught all this, and therefore Draupadi wished that Arjun feel obliged to Acharya Drona for all these benefits. It's like somebody who's given all the knowledge and all that, and now we have to punish them. I mean, we will not feel comfortable. If you see from the logic, yes, that's what it is. But if you see from the obligation, the kind of knowledge that they give, I mean, somebody will think this is not right. But that's what she is saying. And in the absence of Dronacharya, his son was his representative. So father's representative is his son, immediate son, right? Biological son. That was the opinion of a good lady, Draupadi. It may be argued why Dronacharya, a rigid Brahman, should be a teacher in a military science. But the reply is that a Brahman should become a teacher, regardless of what his department of knowledge is. A learned Brahman should become a teacher, a priest, a recipient of charity. A bona fide Brahman is authorized to accept such professions. So in earlier days, we know our Varnashram, right? Brahman, Vaishya, Kshatriya, Shudra, right? So Brahman is considered to be the head of the body, because we can think, apply knowledge, all this happens here. Kshatriya is like through hand, right? Hands. Because if something falls on us, what do? We protect. If you have to fight with somebody, somebody's fighting, what do? We use our hands to protect others. So Kshatriya is like that, military, so fighting. Vaishya is like a belly. Why belly? Because when we eat something, it goes into our body, in the belly, it digests, and then it supplies everything to all the parts of the body. So Vaishya also does business, and then he will supply, to everybody, the farming, cow, and all those things. And all the money comes, they will give in charity. So everything goes from Vaishya, business. And then Shudra, they are working. So if you have to do a lot of work, what do we use? Our legs, we run around and all that. Similarly, Shudra, they are working, they're helping Vaishya and Kshatriya in some part. That's how the entire thing is mentioned. So therefore, Brahman and all this, these are all important. Last time we discussed about, right, when in the Kashmir issue, right? Kashmir, we had all Kashmir Pandits, no Kshatriya. And that's where the Mughals are able to invade very quickly. If there were Kshatriya, then they will fight out. But there were no Kshatriya, so only Brahman. That means if we need a peace in the society, all four classes are required. It doesn't matter it's a Hindu, Muslim, Christian society, doesn't matter. In every society, these four classes are required so that the society runs effectively. Only Brahman does not work. They'll be subjugated to a lot of crimes. People will come and subdue them. You cannot have Kshatriya because then who will give them knowledge? The right knowledge. You can't have the businessman. You can't have only, so everything has to be balanced. But nowadays it's all jumbled up. Everybody's doing everything. Just by reading books, people start giving advices on subject matters to those who are expert in that field. That's how it is. Just by reading books. Okay, let's go to the next verse. So she's saying Nyaya. This is showing how. Next quality she talks about is merciful. Sukar Karuna Rana. So she's saying Aswasthama is considered representative of his father, Dronacharya. And she's saying the Kripi is still living. In this verse, Draupadi Devi is saying that Kripi is still living. Right? So let us read this word. There is one specific point that we need to understand about in this verse. So let's talk about it. Saesha Bhagavan Drona Prajarupena Vardate Tasyatmano Ridham Patniyaste Nanvagat Veer Sukripi
it was being represented by his son. Why Kriti did not undergo a sati with him because she.
Hare Krishna. So everybody knows what is sati? Sati, Avnish, you don't know? Okay. So let's talk about sati. He will definitely not know. That's fine. Because that's something we heard in the history. So those who studied in India, they will know. Well, it's a very standard thing which comes in every history. So yeah. So let's read the purport and then he'll explain what is it. The wife of Dronacharya, Kripi. Kripi is the sister of Kripacharya. A devoted wife who is, according to revealed scripture, the better half of her husband is justified in embracing voluntary death along with her husband if she is without issue. So here it is mentioned that a woman can voluntarily go and embrace death after her husband's death. So, and then if she doesn't have a child, if she has a child, then she cannot, or she has to give them in care of someone. Right? So this is how the sati is. Like, when a husband is dead, he's on the fire, and then wife, she goes willingly. Okay, please understand, this is no force. She's not for, oh, you have to go to, no, not like that. Willing, if she wishes, then she can do it. Okay. Yeah. So in Mahabharata, there is an example, like Mother Madhuri, right? Pandu's second wife. She became sati after Pandu died, because she told that, Pandu had a curse that if she thinks about, to enjoy a woman, he will die. He had a curse. So he died. Then Madhuri said he actually wanted to enjoy with me, that's why he died. So now she thinks that I have to go and accompany him. If she doesn't accompany, then what will happen? He will go into next life and then he will have his desires are not fulfilled. So let me go. So if I become sati, then I'll be his wife in the next birth and I can help him satisfy his desires. So that's why she becomes sati. And she had two sons, Nakul and Sahadev. So she gives them under the control of Kunti Devi. She said, Mother Kunti, she is her elder. She said, please take care of this children. And Mother Kunti took care of those two sons like her own biological sons, Yudhishthir, Arjun, and Bhim. All of them. If you see in Mahabharata, we will not find that, if somebody knows that Madhuri was their mother, they will not know. Because Kunti Devi and the head of the family, Yudhishthira, they all treated those two sons like their own. No difference at all. In fact, in Mahabharata, there is one scene comes in, it's called Yaksha Parva, Yaksha Samvan. So, when they were in a forest, Pandavas were in forest, right? At that time, all the four Pandavas, that is Arjun, Bhim, Sahadev, and Nakul, all four, they went to fetch some water, and they all died because Yaksha, they took the water without their permission. Yaksha was the owner of that pond, and they took water and said, "How are you taking?" And then they all were, put to death. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj comes there. And there is a discussion very beautiful discussion happened between Yaksha and Yudhishthira Maharaj. It's amazing. If you see the question answer, very beautiful. But the crux is that after satisfying all the questions from the Yakshas become happy. He says, okay, tell me which of your brother you want to make him alive. Then he says, make Sahadev. Then Yaksha was bewildered. He says, why Sahadev? You have a big war coming up, you are here because he expected the war is going to happen. And you need either Arjun or Bhim, what Sahadev will do? You need Arjun or Bhim to win the war. So he says, no. See, my Kunti's son, I'm alive. Because Bhim and Arjun are Kunti's son, but at least she has me. Now, I want Madhuri's son, one of the Madhuri's son to be alive. So that's why I'm requesting Sahadev. So Yaksha was very happy. And then he brings everybody alive because of this. So we can see that how Yudhishthira Maharaj was very just. He was not thinking selfishly. He's thinking my, father's co-wife and their son. Therefore, see, Yudhishthira Maharaj is held in very high respect. He's called Dharmaraj. Dharmaraj. So very, very important quality that we can learn. So every incident we see in our scripture, so much to learn. Only if you want to learn. Only if you put an eye of learning, then we can learn so much from every interactions, every interaction. So that's what it is. But in the case of wife Dronacharya, she did not undergo such a trial because she had her son, the representative of her husband. Next. A widow is a widow only in name if there is a son of her husband existing. So in either case, Ashwatthama was the representative of Dronacharya, and therefore killing Ashwatthama would be like killing Dronacharya. So she does not have anybody, so only the male member. As Shastra says, woman should always be under the care of, initially when she is young, under the care of father, when she gets married, under the care of husband, when she grows old, under the care of son, right? So this is how the woman is always under care. This is not that she is weak and nothing of that, but just for her protection. When you see a woman like going alone, people will look at her and so many things can happen. Eve teasing can happen. But when she is accompanied by one male person, then this will all go down. Isn't it? We have seen this. It's a very evident in the society, everywhere, wherever you go. Therefore, woman should always be under protection of a male member of a family, either husband, father, son, anybody. So here, she is under protection of Ashwatthama. That's why she's saying we cannot kill Ashwatthama, because Kripi will also have the same thing. And therefore, killing Ashwatthama will be like killing Dronacharya. This was the argument of Draupadi against the killing of Ashwatthama. So she is putting argument. You learn military arts, right? You cannot kill him because Kripi is still alive, so you cannot kill him. So who will keep after, because if you see, Arjun's argument not to fight was the same thing. That after the war, so many women will become widow. And there will be adharma. Because so many women and few men, what will happen? He said, no, there will be too many problems. So Varna Shankar will happen. We should not allow that to happen. And this was one of the arguments that we should not do war. That was Arjun's argument. Verse number 46. So here, another quality is Nirvayalikam, that is non-duplicitous. That's what she's saying. So this is a very important lesson that we can learn, because something good to learn from this. It's a small purport, but quite an important point to understand. So let us read the verse. Now verse number 46. Tad dharmagya mahabhaga bhavad gauravam kulam Brajinam narhati praptum ujjam vandyam abhikshanashah. Yeah, Anish, can you please?
Translation. O most fortunate one who knows the principles of religion, it is not good for you to cause grief to glorious family members who are always respectable and worshipful.
Great. So let's read the purport and do some discussion. It's a very important point here. Purport. A slight insult, please read this very carefully, very important. A slight insult for a respectable family is sufficient to invoke growth. Therefore, a cultured man should always be careful in dealing with worshipful family members. Such an important point, especially for all the Vaishnavas. If we are dealing with Vaishnavas, then we have to give a lot of respect to senior Vaishnavas, right? Everybody. But when a senior Vaishnava comes, we have to deal with them very, very carefully, right? So that's the senior the Vaishnavas in the spiritual progress, the greater the offense. If you offend Madhyam Adhikari, offense is okay. But if you offend Uttam Adhikari, it's too high. You know, it is from soul perspective, everybody is soul, but from the knowledge perspective, the advancement perspective, offending a Kanishta, Madhyam, Adhikari, there is severe implications as we go higher. There are examples which comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. We are reading, right? We just started, but when we go through that, we will understand that because Chaitanya Charitamrita is the live demonstration of Bhagavatam, that how to live. Bhagavatam teaches how to do things. And then Chaitanya Charitamrita example is a practical, is actually implemented all the principles of Bhagavatam in Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's what it is. So we'll see that. So here, these three example comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. One is Srivas Thakur was insulted by Gopal Chapel, and in 3 days he got leprosy. 3 days he got leprosy. Nityanand Prabhu and Haridas Thakur were insulted by Ramachandra Khan, and he had severe implications. Severe means very severe. His family got butchered. His entire village got destroyed because of him insulting Nityanand Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. And then third is that Haridas Thakur was insulted by Gopal Chakravarti. So, and Gopal Chakravarti got leprosy in 1 day. Overnight he got leprosy. His nose came out, his finger got all melted. We have seen the leprosy people, how they have, right? They have no hand and all fingers are gone. Nose fell off in 24 hours because he insulted Haridas Thakur in an assembly of Brahmanas. So this is the hour of offending, Vaishnava. If you offend a Vaishnava, it's a great thing. Therefore, there is a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Let's all read this. Very important. It is not for us to feeling afraid, oh, what to do now. Think that, but it's that we have to be careful. Like fire, it can burn everything. But Mata is every day play with fire. They are cooking so nice prasadam. Doesn't know fire. How can we do now? No, they know how to regulate it, right? Same thing. We should know what are the implications and then be careful about it. That's what it is. So in this verse, he says, Mahantera apamana ye desa grama hai. Mahantera apamana ye desa grama hai. Eka janar doche sab desha ujade. Yes, can you please see? Hare Krishna. This is how it is. For one person's offense, whole town can be get punished. Sometimes countries will get punished because very senior Vaishnava is being offended. So therefore, we should be very careful when we meet the senior Vaishnavas. Not to offend. If you make a mistake in serving us, which is still okay. But offense is something that we should not do. We should never take ill about anybody, any advanced devotee. And therefore, it is mentioned that we should not talk ill about anybody because we don't know who is advanced. Right? We don't know who is advanced. So why to talk about ill to anybody? What happened to King Uttanapat's family? They insulted Dhruv Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj was 5 years old, but he was to become a great devotee in future. So by insulting them, what happened? Their son, his wife who insulted Suniti, and his son Uttam, they both had a great problem in their lives. Uttam was killed by Yaksha, and then Suniti went to forest and got burnt himself. So these are the implications. So we have to be very careful in dealing with even the youngest person. We are not able to say here, what is he? No, he can be a great sannyasi tomorrow. We never know. So we have to be careful in dealing with people. So greater the Vaishnav, the bigger the implications. Okay, let's go to next. She is now putting another point. Shamam, equal. She's saying it's equal. So here what is she saying? Let's read this verse 47. Marodit asya janani Gautami pati devata yathaham mruta Vasartra
Yadamrita
Rodimyashru Mukhi Muhu.
My lord, not make the wife of Dronacharya cry like me. I am grieving for the death of my sons. He need not cry constantly like me.
So this is another point. She's saying, don't make him feel like me, cry like me. Right? So she's basically only a person who has gone through that kind of situation can empathize with others. Suppose if there is a doctor who has gone through himself through a COVID situation, then when some patient come with a COVID complaint, then he will empathize. I'm sure he must be feeling that. I mean, that treatment will be more human. Others, doctor will just treat like a machine, right? Oh, don't worry, it's like that, it's okay. This pain happens. What is the big problem? Come on. In India, especially, they don't even bother so much. Immediately but if the doctor himself has gone through that condition, then he will be human. Okay, but I understand what pain you are going through. I know because I have myself has gone the emotions. So you are empathizing, not sympathetic. Sympathetic in the situation, okay, theek hai, ho gaya, kya kar. But empathy means understanding the pain, seeing the pain from the other's point of view. That is empathy, right? So this is what it is. Purport. Sympathetic good lady as she was, Srimati Draupadi did not want to put the wife of Dronacharya in the same position of childlessness, both from the point of motherly feeling and from the respectable position held by the wife of Dronacharya. Both. Because she's saying that we should not do this. How can we make her cry like I'm going through so much grief? And that is, she is also having only one child. If she goes, then she will also have the same situation. Why to do that? Right. So here now we can understand there is a disagreement happening. Arjun is saying kill. Krishna is saying kill. Krishna is killing.
Yeah.
Right. But Draupadi is saying
No.
So now sometimes we might be confused, right? Then in the Vaishnava, how can there be disagreement? If your senior sadhus also have disagreement. Do you believe that there can be disagreement between the senior Vaishnavas? Yes, no?
Yes.
There can be. No, here, but I mean, this is it. Thousands of years, but now what do you think? Can there be disagreement? Disagreement, yeah, there can be disagreement, correct. There can be disagreement, but not creation, hatred of each other. That is important. So let us understand about famous disagreement. So can somebody give an example from Ramayana of a major disagreement? Today we are having quiz, huh? So we are going to have a lot of questions which will come. Famous disagreement in Ramayana. Yes, the hint is here.
Sita,
Yes, Mataji.
Sita Devi, Lakshman, when Sri Ram goes to
Yeah, that is one. Yes, you were saying probably something.
We should approach Ram or Ram. But, there was a disagreement between who was on Ram's camp.
Hmm.
To let him
Yes,
trust him or not to trust him.
correct,
There was respectful disagreement.
correct. 1 minute. Is this working? That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, can you please use this power cord to, I think the battery may have run out. No, this black power cord on the table. Yeah, just connect on the top and then put one here. Thank you. Sorry for that trouble. I thought it has got enough battery, but it seems it has drained out. Maybe I did not put it to charge last time. Yes, so that's one. Vibhishan. When Vibhishan came, what happened? Jambuvan says no. Sugriv is saying no. How can, yeah, just turn it on. There will be a, yeah. And then top there will be a button which you have to press it. Press, keep on the top. Yeah, first, yeah, just keep it pressed for a 3-4 seconds. It will become green, then you can leave it. No, keep it pressed. It takes few seconds. Screen. Yeah, now it is come. Yes. Hare Krishna. It's going it? Not working. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It's green, right?
Yeah. It will come here. Slowly or
It should come. That's okay. Anyway, we'll speak. I think it's okay. We can all.
The volume low.
No, volume was good
Volume
because.
it is still picking up.
Hare Krishna. It's coming. Hare
This is
Krishna.
Bluetooth.
No, on the top, the first channel. Let me see. What's it? What happened to this?
Now can you probably speak? No.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. No, this is the channel. We're using this first.
First time, right?
Yeah. Maybe because it was still charging. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. But you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's fine. Yes, Hare Krishna. Yeah, so when Vibhishan came, Sugriv says, kill him. You know, he is an enemy. Everybody is giving opinion. Kill him, capture him, you know, send him back. All these were the argument. Then Lord Ram turned to Hanumanji. Hanumanji says, embrace him and give him shelter, which was completely opposite to what everybody else told. Sugriv was actually a level of king, and Hanumanji is like a minister, so his position is higher. But Hanumanji is still giving a different opinion. Does it mean there was a fight between them? No. Whatever Lord Ram told, they all agreed and say, okay, that's fine. So, therefore, dear devotees, based on our previous karma, we will be put through different situations in life. Based on our previous karma, you know, we will be put into different situation in this life. So if you are put in particular situation, that means we have done something in past life. That is what we are in that. Like if family has come together, that means there is some karma in the previous life which we need to adjust. That's why we are all together. So Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us that how to act in that situation. Srimad Bhagavatam. Here we are seeing major disagreement, but we can see how they are settling it so nicely. So, yeah, this is what it is. So Srimad Bhagavatam is teaching us how to act in that situation. So now the quiz time. Okay, you ready? Okay. So give me an example. You need a name. Our own family members are trying to kill us. Then how we should respond? Our own family members are thinking we'll be killed. Then how we should? Who is? Hiranyakashipu is not an answer. Who is teaching us how to behave in that situation?
Draupadi.
No. Yes, Baba. Prahlad Maharaj. Yes, Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj. His father is trying to kill him. But his full attention is on Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That's it. Nothing else. Think only of Krishna. This is what, who is teaching? Prahlad Maharaj. So if you are in a situation, think what I can do. Next. Agla sawal. For $5,000. Okay. When we are insulted, rejected, unjust, means not our fault, but still we are rejected by our own family members, how we should behave?
Draupadi.
Yes, Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj. Yes, Dhruv Maharaj. Correct. Dhruv Maharaj is teaching us. When we answer what we should do. Take the shelter of the Lord. And then we'll get the wisdom. It is not that immediately we become wise. No. Krishna will give wisdom to those who take shelter to him. Krishna says, I will give you the wisdom, and through which you can overcome all the material condition. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that. Next question. When we are separated from our loved ones, Lord Ram,
Sita.
Ram, Sita, okay. What other example?
Radha.
Krishna, but Krishna, no,
Sakhi.
no. Gopi Sakhi, these are very high level. We have to reach to that, but there is another example.
Sudama.
Arjun is teaching. When Arjun, when Krishna left this world, Arjun had only him. Hare Krishna. And then what to do? But how he gathered himself, right? And then continue living his life. This is what Arjuna is teaching us. Okay, how to depart from this world when we are on the deathbed. So much pain is going on in our body, but Bhishmadev, yes, Bhishmadev, correct. Bhishmadev is teaching us. See, all these examples coming, all you take any situation in life, we'll find example in our scriptures. Next question. When we are cursed, just or unjust, how to act during reversals in life? Yes. Parikshit Maharaj. Yes, Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj. So there is no right or wrong answer. We all have to, whenever we know, you can just say something. So at least, see, we are churning our mind, right? That way we will be able to remember. So answer whatever you feel. I mean, you may have, because there are more than one correct. I put some example, but there can be more than one correct answers. Okay. Okay. Now this is a little tough one. We may be such a fallen soul, still we can get liberated. We are never without hope. Who is teaching us? Ajamil is still yet to come. Ajamil was no, Gajendra is going to come, but not yet.
Valmiki
Muni, yes, he is a fallen, but there is a further fallen soul. Somebody who is completely rejected, even by the Bhagwan has rejected that person. Krishna has rejected that person. Okay, let's give it a hint. Even Krishna has rejected. Can you imagine? Now I want to go to Krishna, but Krishna is rejecting me. But still I have hope. That's why I told this is a little tricky. The character that is being discussed in this chapter. Yes. So when Ashwatthama was rejected, he says, now I have no hope. Then Draupadi tells him, go to Parsana. Take the shelter of Srimati Radharani. Because she is the most merciful person. If she gives mercy, then you will be even accepted by Krishna. Therefore, we have to pray to Radharani if you want more mercy. So this is one. Next. If you have no one in this world, no money, no relative, no family member, then what we should do? No, Sudama had family. He don't have money, but he had family. But here we're talking about the person who never had money. He had no family. Yes, Narad Muni, correct. In his previous life, the son of a maid servant, he said this, right? That he immediately took shelter of Krishna. This is how we're teaching. Okay, when we are suddenly caught in life and death situation. Now you're right. Gajendra, correct. When you are suddenly caught, oh, what to know? I'm going to die. Please take shelter. Just take shelter. Parikshit Maharaj also can come. But we are learning different examples. So that's also good. Okay. Afflicted by lust. Somebody who's afflicted. Then Ajamil, yes. But there are a few more. Ajamil, then we talked about all these examples in previous classes. Bilomangal Thakur is there, but not in this example. But he is there. Yes, of course, he is there. Who? Vishwamitra. No, Vishwamitra is not, but Saubhari Muni. And then another Maharaj. Yes, Abha? No, not Bharat Maharaj. No. Yayati Maharaj. Correct. So all this was there. Yayati Maharaj, Saubhari Muni, Ajamil, all this. See, Ajamil in the top picture, he is being saved by the Vishnu. And the next picture on the bottom, he is being taken back to in the next birth, he is taken back to God. So this is how Ajamil is teaching us. Ravana will not come because he did not purify himself. Here we are talking about all this also, they all purified themselves. See, we have to learn that, okay, he met the fate, but that's not the reason. We have to see that he was afflicted, then what did he do to overcome that? This is what we need to learn. Okay, he got afflicted and he got killed. That's not a story. We want to learn from that character and how he overcome that. Right? That's what we are trying to see. So this is what it is. So therefore, dear devotees, this is not working. Something has gone wrong. So we'll put this aside for today. Hare Krishna. So Bhagavatam is teaching us that how we should take care of ourselves in a particular situation. You take any situation and we'll find an answer in Bhagavatam. And Bhagavatam is not different from
Krishna.
Krishna. Krishna and Bhagavatam same, no difference. Right? So that's why we see there's a verse comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna Tulya Bhagavata Vibhu Sarvasai Prati Shloke Prati Akshare Nana Artha Hai. So Srimad Bhagavatam is as great as Krishna, the Supreme Lord and shelter of everything. So if just taking shelter of Bhagavatam will save us from so much problems in our life. So many problems. Because we have result. Like if you go for an exam, if somebody gives, okay, here are the questions and these are the answers. If you study that, then our life will be easy, isn't it? That's what Bhagavatam is. We have this problem, go here. If you are caught between a sudden death, okay, read Gajendra's story. Okay, somebody cursed you. Okay, see how Parishit Maharaj behaved. You are dying. Okay, how Bhishmadev left his body. Learn from that. So when we learn, automatically we can, because we have to learn from three places: Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. That's where we learn. That's what we have to learn from. So this is what it is. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna is Sri Ridham Sarva Bhutanam. He is a benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities. Every living entity is so much lovable like Krishna. Krishna loves all of us. All of us. Krishna is waiting to embrace all of us. Please come. But we are going away. No, Krishna, wait. I have to, I still have some to do. I remember in my childhood, when I was young, like, probably age of Kavish or something. I was, my family was going for, at that time there was a magician, PC Sarkar. You heard of this name in India? Right? Sarkar. So there was a magician show and my family told, please come. And I was playing with my friend. I said, I don't want to come. I said, I will not come. Now it was 6 o'clock, the show will start and it will end by 9 o'clock, 3-hour show. And I was told 5 o'clock. I did not go. By 7 o'clock, everybody went home. I was alone. I was alone at home and I was crying. Now what to do? Now parents are gone and then my neighbors said, okay, come. Then I was at their home. They would put me to rest. So this is my condition, right? I wanted to enjoy and then what I missed with my family, nice time. They would have had some popcorn, whatever at that time. That was all I missed. So when you try to enjoy ourselves, we actually end up in a bigger problem. This is what Shastra is teaching us. We are trying to enjoy independent of Krishna. I want my freedom. Krishna, I want to enjoy. Once I'm happy, then I'll go back. But we are never happy. We are never satisfied in this world. And we will never be satisfied. Never. It's not going to happen. If somebody thinks I will have $1 million, I'll be happy. Impossible. When we have that, we'll think, how can I make it 10 million? How can I make it billion? That's all thought going on. We don't see anybody taking retirement after earning 10 million. No. They're always having anxiety. So therefore, this is a problem in this material world. Okay, another famous disagreement coming from Lilamrita, from Srila Prabhupada's life. Anybody knows about it? Okay, some hint. Srila Prabhupada wanted to go on parikrama. His Antyalila. Yes. Correct. So there was a famous disagreement when Prabhupada was very frail, it is very almost few days are left before he is departing from this world. Kartik month is there. Govardhan Puja is happening and Prabhupada has a desire that I want to go on a Vrindavan Parikrama. And he tells Loknath Maharaj that you organize Padayatra. Can you take me on Parikrama? Loknath Maharaj, okay, Prabhupada's last desire, I will fulfill. He's so enthusiastic. His humble servant, Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, he says, no, Prabhupada, your body is so weak and those roads are not good. I don't want to get hurt. And he's crying and weeping. Now you see there are two camps. One is saying, no, it is his last desire. We have to fulfill. And here's Tamal Krishna Goswami thinking of Prabhupada's health. See how disagreements are happening. This is what happens. Does it mean that Loknath Goswami and Tamal Krishna Goswami fought No, there's a disagreement. But then they told Prabhupada, you tell me what you want to do. They both had disagreement. They went to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, tell me what you want. This is the opinion. And looking at the, Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj and thinking that he's crying. And both are right. See, both are right in their position. Both are trying to make Prabhupada happy. He's saying by taking Prabhupada on Parikrama, I'll make him happy. Tamal Krishna Goswami is saying, oh, because he'll remain healthy and any injury will not happen, he'll be fine. So he'll be happy. Both are trying to please Srila Prabhupada. And that's what it is. So we should try to please our Guru, Krishna, and then make the decision. So then Prabhupada did not go, saying, okay, I will not go. But they all stayed in unity. There's no problem. So question is, how can difference of opinion can be resolved? Discussion, okay. But discussion about what? Yes.
Common point.
Common point, yeah, but in a discussion, when difference of opinion, there is no common point. They're always different. That's why it's called difference of opinion. I'm saying it's night. No, it's morning. What is this? There is no common point there. So
Based on Shastra.
yes, Shastra, we should take shelter to Shastra, but whom we should keep in center?
Guru.
Guru or Krishna. Krishna and Guru. Guru is the representative of Krishna, so he can be kept in center and we can take to him and solve a difference of opinion. But difference of opinion should not create distance between the people who are discussing. Oh, he said this and he's like, sometimes person, what to cook? Mata will cook this. No, but we'll cook this. Then there's a difference of opinion. And then, sorry, I told you not to cook this. This is a problem. We should not think like that. Just come together, do something nicely, keep Krishna in center, think what will please Krishna. Oh, Krishna wants to eat today this. Fine, we'll make all this. Let's all work in that direction. That's how we can do this. So keeping Krishna in the center is what helps. Okay. Let's move to next verse, 48. I was thinking to cover this, but I don't know whether we can do this chapter today. Mahat, he's glorious. So whose glories are being talked about? 48, yes. Yai kopitam brahmakulam rajner ajitam abhi tatkulam pradahati asu sanubandham sucharpitam. Okay. Yes, can you read it? Yes. Purport. The Brahmana order of society or the spiritually advanced caste or community and the members of such highly elevated families were always held in great esteem by other subordinate castes, namely the administrative kingly order, the mercantile, and the laborers. So she is saying that Brahmana should be treated with a high respect. We should not compromise there. So she is also telling from the Shastra. She is taking shelter from the Shastra. See, she is not arguing whimsically or sentimentally. She's taking clue from the Shastra also. Yes. So we have to, give this praman. See, it is mentioned, Brahman should be respected. So she is taking that. So this is how all our discussion should go on. It should not be like whimsical and emotional. Sometimes we become emotional and make the discussion, and that becomes a very difficult situation. Instead, we take shelter of the Shastra, praman will come, and then automatically things matter can be resolved. And once that is resolved, we should all accept that. Not thinking, I think this is not right. They still did it. We all sometimes we have that kind of thinking. When the decision is not gone in our favor, we think like that. And if it goes in our favor, we feel proud. Oh, I did it. This is what happened. Yes, Mata, please go ahead, share us.
Asked $1. I said, why you need $1? So our Prabhu Guru, why you need? I want to buy a lollipop from school.
Okay.
He said. I said, I am not agree. Prabhu said, why you are not agree? Let him enjoy $1 that all kids are enjoying. No? So he become, okay. Prabhuji said, okay, I will give you $1. So he became happy. I got it.
Yeah. So you got $1. But that does not bring enmity between your parents. They say, "Hey, why you give them?" No. Okay, fine. He's agreed. So this is how it is. All right, good. For her happiness, she also said, all right, ठीक है. बच्चा खुश हो रहा है, तो that's fine. She's thinking, but she was more worried about your health. You know, that's what. Because if you keep eating chocolate, where will you put your braces? Because your teeth will go away. That's why she's thinking like that. For your good. So everybody is, she's thinking of your happiness, she's thinking of your future happiness. So everybody is good, thinking you in center. Very nice. Okay, verse 49. So here now the Sutta Goswami is talking about Dharmaraj, Yudhishthir's view. What is Yudhishthir thinking in this situation? Okay. Sutta Uvacha Dharmam Nyayam Sakarunam Nirvyalikam Samam Mahat Raja Dharma Suto Ragya Pratyandvandvacho Vijah. Yes, Kavish, can you please read translation better?
Sutta Goswami.
O Brahma, King Yudhishthira fully supported the statements of the queen, which were in accordance with the principles of religion, and were justified, glorious, full of mercy and equity, without duplicacy.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So here, Yudhishthira Maharaj is known for being truthful, right? Yudhishthira Maharaj is always truthful. It is mentioned that Yudhishthira Maharaj chariot will never touch the land. It will rise. It will always ride above the, you know,
I think there was one incident, right?
where?
It's the same thing, right? When he basically, Dronacharya asked, because he knows
Yeah,
that
so that's
Yudhishthira will
what-
never tell me.
Correct. So his chariot will always go above the earth. It will not touch. But when he used, so there are two things to that. People think that because he told lie, he lost his, you know, luster. Basically, his chariot
Chariot
came down. But that's not our Acharya explained. That is not the right reason. Acharya gives even a deeper understanding of that. Acharya says, because Krishna told him that you have to speak. Now, when Krishna tells you to speak, either it is truth or doesn't matter. That is the absolute truth. So Yudhishthira Maharaj obeyed his order, but after a lot of hesitation. Isn't Krishna, how can I tell lie? I mean, I have never told, this is not good. No, you have to tell. This is Ashwasthama was killed. Ashwasthama killed. Narova Kunjaro. So Krishna came to know that he will not be able to speak with confidence that, okay, he has been killed. So what he did, he told Bhim. As soon as Yudhishthira said, Ashwasthama is killed, he told immediately tell Bhim. So immediately he blew his big conch shell, Poundrak. And as soon as he blew, the whatever next word, Dronacharya could not hear. Narova, Kunjarova, and Kunjarova. Like that, after that, Yudhishthira Maharaj said these words. But that Dronacharya could not hear. So he fell. Oh, what is this? And then Drushtadhyumna came and killed him.
Then only he said Asatama Hata Iti Gade.
Huh?
Then only he said, I mean, that time Yudhishthira Maharaj said that Asatama Hata Iti
Yes,
Gade.
the Susama is killed. And then because he wanted to say further, I don't know whether it is an elephant or Ashwasthama or a person. I don't know, but Ashwasthama is killed. That's what he wanted to say. The Dronacharya wanted to hear only from Yudhishthira Maharaj to confirm whether his son is killed or not. Because he will not believe Bhim and everybody, you know. Because they knew that, you know, everybody else can cheat, but Yudhishthira Maharaj, never. But in Shastra, it is explained by Acharyas that his chariot came down because he did not obey the order of Krishna. When Krishna tells us to do something, just do it. And who is a representative of Krishna in this world for us?
Nike.
Huh?
You said just do it. That's what I said.
No, okay, no. So in this world, who is a representative of Krishna? Guru, our Guru. So when Guru says something, you have to do it. Obey the order. Or we should not ask Guru what to do, because then we will be obliged to follow that. Many times we ask Guru Manan, but it doesn't suit our answer because we have some answer in mind, right? We just want a rubber stamp. Guru, please say this and I will be fine. That is how we go. That's how we go. The child comes for $1, then she has an answer. If she says, they'll be happy. Otherwise, I'm not good. I'm going to do tantrum. This is what it is. This is how it is. Our mind is like that. Our mind is designed like that. What to do? So this is what it is. So let's read the purport quickly. Maharaj Yudhishthir, who was the son of Dharmaraj or Yamraj, fully supported the words of Queen Draupadi in asking Arjun to release Ashwatthama. One should not tolerate the humiliation of a member of a great family. Arjun had his family were indebted on the family of Dronacharya because of Arjun's learning the military science from him. If ingratitude were shown to such a benevolent family, it would not be at all justified from the moral standpoint. So here, Yudhishthira Maharaj also agree. No, what Draupadi Devi is saying is right. We should not do this. The wife of Dronacharya, who was the half body of the great soul, must be treated with compassion, and she should not be put into grief because of her son's death. That is compassion. Such statements by Draupadi are without duplicity because action should be taken with full knowledge. The feeling of equality was there because Draupadi spoke out of her personal experience. So she had her personal experience. She had gone through that. That's why I was giving earlier that only if somebody has gone through that situation can understand that how that person is feeling. Otherwise, how can we understand? It is impossible. It is not possible. We cannot understand. It's all sympathy. The empathy can only come if you have gone through that situation. Very important point. So therefore, we should never think that what is other person thinking. We don't know what that person is going through, in which situation that person is. We should not judge anybody from the external point of view, because what is going on inside, nobody knows. We should never judge anyone. Right? So let's see here. So please give me an example of this situation. Let's talk about Ramayana, from Ramayana. Give me an example where this situation is there in Ramayana.
Sugriv.
Go ahead.
Sugriv situation when Ram, because Sugriv wife was taken by
correct.
Ram.
Yes, very good. When Lord Ram was looking for help because his wife, then he was told, go and be friend with Sugriv, because he is also in the same situation. His wife is taken by his brother, and your wife is also taken by Ravana. So he will understand your situation and he will help you. Very good, very nice. So this is the point. Sugriv will understand. So Lord Ram was told, please go and be friend with him, Sugriv, and he will help you. And he has got his army and all that, so he will be helpful. This is important, right? So here, further it is mentioned, see in this purport, the feeling of equality was there because Draupadi spoke out of her personal experience. A barren woman cannot understand the grief of a mother. A woman who never had a child, how can she understand that what is the pain of losing a child? Not possible. There was a story which used to come when there was a child and two women were fighting. It is my child, and they both go to the judge in the court, and court says, okay, I have a solution. Since you both are asking for her, let's divide the son into, give one half to one. And so one lady says, no, don't give the full child to this lady. I don't want. Immediately just says, give this child to these two women. Only mother can understand this is my child. But at least let him, I'll be alive. I don't want, but at least I can see it from far. This is only because she is a mother. So barren woman cannot understand this pain. Draupadi was herself a mother, and therefore her calculation of the depth of Kripi's grief was quite to the point. And it was glorious because she wanted to show proper respect to a great family. She's proper respect to Dronacharya and his family. So this is important. So now there is also another example which comes in Srimad Bhagavatam. We talked about Ramayana. Bhagavatam, any example? Canto 10. Okay, let's go further. Yes, Krishna Lila. Narad Muni. Okay. All right. What do you do in Kartik month? Yeah, but there is a story behind that. What is that? Who are cursed?
Manigriva and
Manigriva and Nalgriva were cursed. And when Narad Muni was passing from there, and these were like very insensitive sons of whoever. They were fully intoxicated in both pride and also drinking some somaras and all the stuff. And they had no control over them. So Narad Muni cursed them, saying that you have become insensitive to situations. So I curse you to become a tree. And yet, when you become a tree, the senses are all gone. But he says, yet you will have the same senses that you have now, like demigod senses, which they're very sensitive. That was the curse because you are insensitive, so that you understand the pain of this, and then you become more sensitive. So because they have not gone through that, they are like rich royal family, son of Kuber, so much money, wealth, so they have not seen any suffering. So therefore, Narad Muni cursed them. Okay, you have to suffer. You have to understand this pain point. That's what it is. So in one of the class, his grace Adi Prabhuji was mentioning one particular. He's from a medicine field. He was talking about. Has anybody heard about locked-in syndrome? Has anybody heard about locked-in syndrome? This is a medical condition. I mean, when he spoke and when I read more about
this same situation, person is just.
No. So I'll explain. So it is a condition which I believe nobody should go through because it's so painful, so painful. So what is it? Just see this. Locked-in is one cannot move, cannot talk, can only blink. You have your whole body paralyzed below your eyes, whole body. Yet, we will have the same sensation that we have now. So imagine you cannot move. Now you have a mosquito bite. Now what would you do immediately? Like this. But now that person cannot do anything. Now we are sitting, but sometimes we are moving our leg because there's a pain. This person cannot even do this. He can only blink and communicate. It's such a painful situation. And there is no cure. There is no cure. So imagine we have our full sensation, but we cannot act on that. How painful it is. It's very painful. The person can even eat nothing because we cannot speak. Nothing can work. So it's a very painful condition. Very painful. So this is how the Nalkuver were kept. Okay, you are in the body of the tree, but you will have full sensation so that you understand the pain points. So what is our condition, dear viewers? When Krishna says this is Dukkhalayam Shashvatam, we should believe that. This is Dukkhalaya. This is not the place for enjoyment. Krishna tells us. We think there are so many things that are happening, but it is not. It is Dukkhalaya. When we are born, what happens? We get all these things and we feel, oh, this world is not bad. This is good. Looks like, I got pacifier, I got some, nice toys. My birthday celebration is going on. My toys, everything is happy. So we feel, yeah, lollipop, for example. Oh, guys, lollipop, I'm happy. Everybody is happy. But it's not like that. It is like, what? When somebody is captured and when the head is put under the water, right? We are gasping for, on the inside the water. What happened? Something like this. We are gasping for water, gasping for air, right? And then we come, and then we breathe and we feel, oh, we are good, we are good, we are good. Again, we are put inside. Okay, again we come out. This is what is happening. But as soon as we come out, we feel, oh, we are good, we are good. You know. And then we want to enjoy. This is what is happening. So our jiva's condition is like this. You know, all this going on through this from womb to tomb that goes on. The cycle is going on and on and on and on. 8.4 million species. We are going through this cycle and for millions of lives. There is no end to it. This is our condition, dear devotees. Yeah, this is a cycle. In every unit, this is happening. Okay, next verse. Others agree with Maharaj Yudhishthira. Maharaj Yudhishthira saying not to kill. Everybody else agrees. So what is that? Let's read this verse. Nakula Sahadevascha
Nakula Sahadevascha
Yuyudhano Dhananjaya Bhagavan Devaki Putro
Bhagavan Devaki Putra
Chanyeyascha Yoshitah.
Sure. Translation. Nakul and Sahadev, the younger brothers of the king, and also Satyaki, Arjuna, the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, son of Devaki, and the ladies and others, all unanimously agreed with the king.
Hare Krishna. So who has not agreed? In this verse, whose name is not there? Somebody is not agreeing. Huh? Yeah, Bhim is not there. So in the next verse, Bhim says, no, I don't agree. You all might be there, but I'm not agreeing with this. This is not good. You cannot. We have to kill him. He's telling this is so there's a huge agreement, disagreement happening between the family members. You see this? Right? So let's see what Bhim is saying. Tatraha marsito bhimas tasya shreyan vadasmitah Davartur natmanas chatre charte yohan suptan shishun vritha. Vikas, can you please translate?
Bhima, however, angrily disagreed with them and recommended killing this culprit who had murdered sleeping children for no purpose and for neither his nor his master's interest.
So he said, no, I'm not agreeing with all this. This is all sentimental. You have to kill him. What is this? This is all war. Let's finish the business. But he's not agreeing. So he's not agreeing. So now what happens? Now, when this kind of things happen, what we talked about, who should be in the center? Guru. And that time, who was present? Krishna. So Krishna will be in the center. So now Krishna has to intervene. Otherwise, there will be war between the brothers itself. So now Krishna comes in. So question. Krishna shows his Chaturbhuj, or he's been identified as a Chaturbhuj. Why? Question. Why he is showing Chaturbhuj form here? Any reason? Any specific reason?
Vishnu.
Think logically. No, not Vishnu. Vishnu, of course, has Chaturbhuj, but why in this situation? Like earlier, he had two hands, but now suddenly, as soon as Bhim said he is showing Chaturbhuj, why?
To show that he is supreme and as we should.
Yeah, he's supreme. Yes, he is supreme. He's supreme. Very good. Correct. He needs more hands. Like, Bhima, you wait. Exactly, correct. You need more hands to manage things because the situation is like going out of control. 2 hands are not sufficient. Very nice. Two hands are not sufficient. So you need more hands. Bhim, stop it. You just I'm talking to you. Don't worry. Correct. So let's read this verse. See, such a nice verse. Text 52. Nishamya Bhima Gaditam Draupad Dvascha Chaturbhujaha Lokya Vadanam Sakyur Idam Aha Hasan Nivaha. Yes. Prabhu, can you read? Can you read, Prabhu?
Chaturbhuja, the four-armed one, for the personality of Godhead, after hearing the words of Bhima, Draupadi and others saw the face of his dear friend Arjuna, and he begins to speak as if smiling.
Hare Krishna. So here, see the sudden qualities of Krishna are shown. Krishna was angry earlier also, but in that, what is Sukadeva Goswami saying? His lotus eyes, where Arjun's eyes were anger like a copper. They were showing like that, copper eyes. But in that anger also, it is mentioned Krishna's eyes were lotus. Here, he is speaking smiling. In this situation, also Krishna is smiling. That means Krishna is some in every situation. We get agitated and also, but Krishna never. That's what is explained here. Let's quickly read the purport. Lord Sri Krishna had two arms, and why he is designated as four-armed is explained by Sridhar Swami. Both Bhima and Draupadi held opposite views about killing Ashwatthama. Bhima wanted him to be immediately killed, whereas Draupadi wanted to save him. We can imagine Bhima ready to kill while Draupadi is obstructing him. And in order to prevent both of them, the Lord discovered another two arms. Originally, the primeval Lord Sri Krishna displayed only two arms, but in his Narayan feature, he exhibits four. In his Narayan feature, he resides with his devotees in the Vaikuntha planet, while in his original Sri Krishna feature, he resides in the Krishna Lok planet, far, far above the Vaikuntha planets in the spiritual sky. So here we understand where is Vaikuntha and where is Krishna Lok. Golok is far, far above, far, far. You say it's not far, it's far, far. It means much farther. So his office is, in downtown Atlanta, but Krishna lives in coming Alpha. It's too far. Just like that. Therefore, if Sri Krishna is called Chaturbhuj, there is no contradiction. If need be, he can display hundreds of arms, as he exhibited in his Vishwarup shown to Arjuna. Therefore, one who can display hundreds and thousands of arms can also manifest four wherever needed. When Arjuna was perplexed about what to do with Ashwatthama, Lord Krishna, as the very dear friend of Arjuna, voluntarily took up the matter just to make a situation. And he was willing, he was smiling also. He's doing this with so much ease. So one question, where else Krishna showed his Chaturbuj form? Arjuna has spoken.
When he was born.
When he was born.
Born, okay. Where are other places? Raslila, yeah, when he was running away, all the gopis trying to search him, then he had four arms. Yes. Other places, one very sweet pastime is there. Comes in again in 10th canto. No, Vishwarup, no. We are talking about Chaturbhuj forms. Only four arms. No, that is there. We are talking about another thing which comes. Okay. So here, when Rukmini falls down, Krishna is holding her with two arms, and then with other two arms, he's, making her sari look nice and all those things, taking care. So that's how this is a very beautiful pastime. And then other time when Akrura was, taking Krishna and all that, he sees his Chaturbhuj form in the water. So this is where he shows Chaturbhuj form. So Krishna is same, is no difference between Krishna and Vishnu, the same. Many people get confused, Vishnu is supreme, this, but we should think this is how it is. Okay, now obviously there is a disagreement, so Krishna is going to intervene. So I will speak now. Okay, guys, settle down. So Krishna is coming. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Brahma Bandurna Hantavya Atatai Vadarhana Maya Vyobhyam Amnatam Paripaya Anushasanam Guru Pratishrutam Satyam Yattat Santvayata Priyam Priyam Cha Bhimasenasya Panchalya Mahyam Evacha. Yes, Naren Prabhu, can you read translation?
Translation. The personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna said a friend of a Brahmana is not to be killed, but if he's an aggressor, he must be killed. All these rulings are in the scriptures, and you should act accordingly. You have to fulfill your promise to your wife, and you must also act as satisfaction. Bhima and me.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So here, now what is Krishna is telling Arjun, okay, now we cannot, he's saying aggressor must be killed because he's an aggressor, right? But he also Brahmana cannot be killed. So he's telling Arjun, now you fulfill this desire. You cannot kill, but you also have to kill. How is it possible? He's telling you kill and you also not kill. Because we want to kill him, so you have to do it. He's also right. Draupadi is saying not to kill, she's also right. So you fulfill both the desire. He's saying Arjun. So Arjun is very smart because he's a devotee of Krishna. Krishna gives him buddhi. Tadami buddhi yogam tam. So we'll read few verses and we'll complete this. Is it okay? A few more verses, yeah. I know it's getting a little late, but let's complete this. We'll start new chapter next week. Arjun was perplexed because Ashwatthama was to be killed as well as spared according to different scriptures cited by different persons. Everybody is coming from scripture references. As a Brahma Bandhu or a worthless son of Brahman, Ashwatthama was not to be killed, but he was at the same time an aggressor also. And according to the rulings of Manu, an aggressor, even though he be a Brahman, that what to speak of an unworthy son of Brahman is to be killed. Dronacharya was certainly a Brahman in the true sense of term, but because he stood in the battlefield, he was killed. But although Ashwatthama was an aggressor, he stood without any fighting weapons. The ruling is that an aggressor, where he is without weapon or chariot, cannot be killed. So this is important Siddhanta which is being told. In a Kshatriya war, Dronacharya was killed because he was on the chariot, he was fighting, so he was killed. So that is justified. But even if an aggressor is without a chariot, without a weapon, cannot be killed. Just see how the religious wars were fought. Not like, oh, he's not, just kill him. Nothing is there. Just shoot him. Not like that. This is modern world things like that, but here it is not like that. All these were certainly perplexities. Besides that, Arjun had to keep the promise he had made before Draupadi just to pacify her. Everything is coming together. Like Kavish had a question. Oh, he did not fulfill his promise. How is it? Right? So all this will be answered. And he also had to satisfy both Bhima and Krishna, who advised killing him. This dilemma was present before Arjun, and the situation was awarded by Krishna. Krishna gave the situation. Now you decide what you want to do. See, Krishna will put us. So we have to again go back to Krishna, Sadhu, Shastra, and make the decision. Always remember this. Whenever we are in any situation, we have to go back to Shastra and say, what did somebody do? Like that. Then we will get the right answer. Not our whimsical thinking that I should do this. Or because our ego tells, no, you are right, do it. No, many times that's what we make decision from, right? That I'm right and I will take decision. Okay. Arjun now satisfy the contradictory orders. Contradictory orders coming. Krishna is saying kill, Bhima is saying not kill, Draupadi saying not to kill, Yudhishthira is saying not to kill, but he has to now. Krishna is saying do. You have to satisfy both. In Gujarati they say, what is that? Lord Phako and Hasue, something like that, right? You have to smile, laugh and eat the atta. That's not possible. You cannot do both at the same time. So this is what is going to happen now. So what is solution? Let's see. Very, very nice solution given here. Arjun is a very smart person, as we can hear from here. Suta uvacha Arjuna sahasagnaya Harer hardam athasina Manim jahara murdanyam Bijasya saha murdajam.
Just the Arjun to understand the motive of the Lord by his equivocal orders, and thus he saw both hair and jewel from the head of Ashwatthama.
So here, what did he do? He took out the hair and the jewel that he had on his forehead. That's how he is like killing him. It is like killing that Brahman. That's how it is. So contradictory order of different persons are impossible to carry out. We cannot carry out. Therefore, a compromise was selected by Arjun by his sharp intelligence, and he separated the jewel from the head of Ashwasthama. This was as good as cutting off his head. So here, Kavish, you had a question that he did not fulfill his promise, but here it is mentioned that if he take out the jewel from his head, it is as good as killing him. So Krishna fulfilled the promise. Arjun fulfilled the promise that he gave to Draupadi. And yet his life was saved for all practical purpose. Here Ashwatthama is indicated as twice born. Certainly he was twice born, but he fell down from his position and therefore he was properly punished. So he was punished properly. So this how smart Arjun is fulfilling everybody's desire and managing the situation very nicely. Why? Because he's a disciple of Krishna. He is friend of Krishna. We can also be friend with Krishna and we can be saved in this, all the calamity in this world. Next verse number 56. So he is now released. So Sama is released. Vimuchya Rashana Bandham Balahatya Hata Prabham Tejasa Manina Hinam Shibiran Nirayapayat. Can you please return?
Translation: He, Ashwatthama, had already lost his bodily luster due to infanticide, and now, moreover, having lost the jewel from his head, he lost even more strength. Thus he was unbound and driven out of the camp.
So when he was jewel was taken out, he lost bodily luster. All this happened, and then he was sent. Okay, now you go. So Purport Prabhupada says, thus being insulted, the humiliated Ashwatthama was simultaneously killed and not killed by the intelligence of Lord Krishna and Arjuna. Both. So it was spared. The prescribed punishment is described in the verse number 57. Vapanam Draminadanam Sthanan Niryapanam Tatha Esha hi Brahma Bandhunam Vado Nanyo Sti Daihikam.
Translation: cutting the hair from his head, depriving him of his wealth, and driving him from his residence are the prescribed punishment for the relative of the Brahmana. There is no injunctions for killing the body.
Hare Krishna. So when a Brahman does any kind of, Brahman needs to be punished, then he cannot be killed, but he can be given this punishment. What a punishment is mentioned? He can be driven out from his home. He can be taken, all the wealth can be taken from him. These are the prescribed punishment, but cannot be killed. One cannot kill Brahman. That's not right. So, but this is like as good as killing him. This is like as good as killing him. So that's what it is done here. Now, last verse, where after everything is done, Ashwatthama is gone. What they do? They perform the last rites. So let's read the last verse of this chapter. Putra shokatura sarve Pandava saha Krishnaya Swanamrutanam Yat Krityam Chakrur Haranadikam. Yes, Vijay Mother, can you please translation?
Thereafter, the sons of Pandu and Draupadi overwhelmed with grief performed the proper rituals for the dead bodies of their relatives.
Hare Krishna. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purpose of the first canto, 7th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Son of Sri Dronacharya Punished. Hare Krishna. So with this, they perform the last rites. Ashwatthama is left to go on his own. And this is all rituals happen. And when somebody is dead, we perform the last rites and then we take bath. So that's what has happened. So with this, we'll end the chapter today, and then we'll begin the new chapter from next week. It's a all these scriptures are very, very beautiful. The more we read, the more we develop interest, more we develop love for this. So we'll read the next chapter from next verse, next week onwards. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So if any question, correction, or any comment, please let me know. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll stop here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaः. Anant Kodi Nrsimha ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Gaur Bhakta ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you.